Welcome back to Trivia Cast. I'm your host, Nikhil, and for the first time ever, I'm excited to announce we have a guest for the episode. So joining us from over at GAMELUSTER.com, we have Nirav, who also happens to be my brother. So how's it going, Nirav?
Hey, I am doing well. Thank you for having me. Hello to the audience out there at large. I'm excited to be doing some trivia. I also actually happen to do bar trivia every week with my same team of friends. We've been doing that for like a year and a half, so.
Nice, yeah, we have a regular Monday spot that we go to and do trivia as well, so it's always fun to get out to a bar and just get the vibes and do some trivia.
Yeah. Big fan. So how does this work? What is the format?
Yeah, so usually I have 3 new games lined up for each episode, and sometimes pulling from older games used in previous episodes. But since you're over at GameLuster and gaming is one of your big interests, the first 2 rounds are going to be themed around gaming, and then you had mentioned TV and movies as something else that you'd be interested in. So the final round is going to be playing into that. So the first game is going to be video game companions.
Ooh, okay.
The second will be sorting and ordering, which will be more around the sales and some other metrics.
Oh.
And then the last is going to be TV pairs. So I'll get into the rules of each of those as we get to them.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, so we can go ahead and jump into round number 1, video game companions. So for this round, I'll be providing you the name of the companion, and your goal will be to give me the game they're from. As extra hints if needed, I have the animal, which I'll give as the second clue, and then the third clue will be the name of the character or human that they're the companion for.
Okay, are all of these characters animals then?
Yeah, they're all animals in some sense.
Okay.
There's one that's kind of like a more mythical animal, but I would still include it.
Sure.
All right, cool. So our first one is going to be Roach.
That is obviously from the Witcher series. That is Geralt's horse.
Yes, that's good. I wanted to start us off on a good popular one there.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Shadow.
I mean, it's not Shadow the Hedgehog, is it? Are we talking about?
It's not Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay. Shadow. Actually, I may need another hint for that. Let me think.
Yeah, if you want, I can give you his species.
Yeah, give me that. I'm sure I can figure it out from that.
Yeah, so Shadow is a dog, and the type of dog is a Malamute, which is like an Alaskan sled dog.
Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like I knew that was a dog. It's not the dog from Final Fantasy 15, because that there is a black dog companion, but his name is Umbra, which literally means shadow in Latin. So, but that's different. Do you happen to? I don't know if this is a hint that's possible. Do you know the genre of game that this is from?
So it's described as a neo-noir video game.
Oh.
With a kind of police focus.
Oh. Is it LA Noire?
No, it is not. The last hint I've got, I can give you the character name. The character is Jack Slate.
Jack Slate. Man, I must be completely unfamiliar with this. No, I don't know what that is. Jack Slate.
So this was from the Dead to Rights series.
Dead to Rights? Oh, how old is that? Isn't that like a really old series?
Yeah, I think it was early 2000s is when it was in its prime.
I think the last game was on like the 360 or something. Because I think some of those folks went on to make Sleeping Dogs later afterwards, so that's like a pretty old series. Okay, well yeah, I was not aware of that one, so that was a deep cut.
That was a throwback on that one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. For the next one, number 3, we've got Trico.
Yeah, I think it's pronounced Trico, but that is from The Last Guardian. That's from Team Ico. It's 2016, I think.
Yep, that's correct. He was the one that was kind of a mythical griffin kind of creature.
Yeah, that's an interesting game. I have not played it yet. I do have it because it was free on PS Plus. Yeah, I don't know. It's the same team that made Shadow of the Colossus, so I definitely want to try it one day. But yeah, it's like you like ride the big flying dog monkey around.
Yeah, I think when I was reading it was like he's a dog, cat, bird kind of thing.
Yeah, it's hard to pin down a species on it, but yeah. Okay.
Cool. All right, for number 4, we've got Daffodil.
Oh, Daffodil. That sounds like it might be a horse too. I'll probably need a hint for that.
Okay, so Daffodil is actually a cat.
Oh, cat. Okay. We have a cat companion. Is this like an older game too?
This one's an indie game that's more recent, actually.
Oh, okay.
And then I can give you the human name.
Yeah, go for the human name. Let's see if I can get it.
So Daffodil is the companion of Stella.
Okay, well, I'm guessing it's not from the game Stella. That would be too easy.
No, not quite.
It's obviously not from Stray, I don't think. That's...
No, not Stray.
Yeah. That, because you are the cat there.
So this one came out in 2020. I just double checked.
Yeah, I was curious about 2020. Yeah, I don't think I've played whatever this game is then. So what is that?
All right, so this one was Spiritfarer.
Yeah, I have not played Spiritfarer, but I do know about it. Yeah, that is one that I also think I have from some time it was free, but haven't gotten to it because I was excited for it, but I found out it was 35 hours long, and I kind of got discouraged from playing it.
Yeah, from what I was reading, people really liked it, and it was like kind of an indie game that got more popular.
Yeah, it was a huge hit. I think it was a big success kind of game.
Yeah, it was Thunder Lotus, looks like, was the developer.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So then number 5 is Icaros.
Icaros. Oh, isn't that is that your bird in Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
Yep, that's the Golden Eagle from Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah, I remember that. I really like the eagle mechanics in that, because like they kind of rather than having you like scope out stuff with like magic senses like enemies and camps and stuff, like you like send your eagle into the sky and the eagle like marks things for you, and like, you know, it's kind of like a little bit more organic to like kind of mark things on the map. I like the mechanic a lot though. It's nice to have a little eagle with you all the time. Yeah,
it looked more unique. Like it wasn't just something that fought with you. It could actually like help you track things, and
it's actually really well done. I enjoy that.
Cool. So we can go ahead and jump into our second round. So that one is going to be sort and order.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got for the first 2 questions here, I've got certain consoles that I'll give you 3 games from, and then I'll be asking you to order them by most sales to least sales.
Okay.
The third question will be using actual consoles with their sales. And then for the 4th and 5th one, we've got a couple of odd one outs where you'll have to identify which does not belong.
Okay.
Cool. So for number 1, we'll be starting with the Nintendo Wii.
Mm-hmm.
Good old classic there.
Right.
So the 3 games to order from most sales to least sales are Monster Hunter 3, Mario Party 8, and Skyward Sword.
Okay, so I know that Skyward Sword did not actually sell very well back in the day. Skyward Sword Remastered actually sold way better than the original did, and that one only hit like 3.2 million units, so I think the original sold maybe around 2 million. It wasn't like super impressive. It's not good for a Zelda game. So I'm gonna say that's not at the top at the very least. Monster Hunter 3, however, also Monster Hunter wasn't like a popular Western franchise at the time, but I mean it's very possible it could have sold a few million units in Japan though, because I know it's always been a big franchise. What was the third one?
Mario Party 8.
Mario Party 8. I'm actually gonna say that Monster Hunter 3 was the best selling of those 3 there, and then I'm actually gonna say Mario Party 8 did more sales than Skyward Sword.
Alright, so the Mario Party 8 over Skyward Sword was correct, but Monster Hunter 3 was actually the lowest.
That was the lowest, okay.
Yeah, so Mario Party 8 sold 9 million, Skyward Sword 3.7, and then Monster Hunter 3 was 1.9.
Okay.
So I think you had the Skyward Sword number in your head from the Wii sales there, but you were pretty close on the number you said.
Yeah, it's okay. That must be what I was thinking of. But yeah, I know the remastered one ended up selling more, which was kind of crazy. But anyway, yeah. So I'm surprised Mario Party 8 sold 9 million units.
Yeah, that was kind of the resurgence of Mario Party, I think, because I know after 4 there was a dip for a couple of the games.
Yeah, they were like lower sales. Okay, all right, cool. What's next?
Cool. So for number 2, we have a similar exercise, but with the PS4.
Okay.
The 3 games on this one are Uncharted 4,
mm-hmm.
Detroit Become Human, and Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay, Uncharted 4 is definitely the most. I think that might have actually been Sony's best-selling game that generation, their first-party games. And then Ghost of Tsushima, I think the last reported thing was that it had sold like 8 million or something, because it was like very fast-selling. But and then what's the third one again? So Uncharted.
Detroit Become Human.
I feel like we talked about this literally days ago, and I was like shocked by how much sales Detroit had. Like it was way more than I had anticipated, but I can't remember if it would be more or less. I'm absolutely gonna say Uncharted is number 1, and then I'm gonna say that I think probably I think Detroit actually sold more than Ghost. I'm gonna go for that.
All right, so you were right about Uncharted, but Ghost of Tsushima and Detroit Become Human were flipped. But yeah, Uncharted 4 sold 16 million, which was the third best-selling game on the PS4.
Yeah.
After like Spider-Man
and God of War, probably. Yeah. Okay. So do you know how many units did Ghost and Detroit have each?
So Ghost was 9.7 million, and then Detroit was 5.5.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it was Detroit was still good for the PS4. I mean, 5.5 is a good sale for the PS4.
It's also like a third-party game, and it's like a very, I don't know, it's a genre that doesn't sell very well traditionally, like the narrative-focused decision-making thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So okay, well, I was almost right.
Yeah, you're right about Uncharted being way more though. That one was
yeah.
That was crazy high.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So for number 3, we're going to be looking at 3 consoles. This time we've got the PlayStation 1, the Xbox 360, and the Nintendo 64.
Okay. What do we do with them?
So basically the same thing. We're looking at the sales of each of these consoles.
Oh, the sales of the consoles themselves. Okay. N64 undersold predictions, I remember. PlayStation 1 oversold predictions. And then the 360 did very well in America, but the main thing I remember about the 360 is that it outsold the PS3 by a good bit in the United States, or in North America rather. But then, like, worldwide, the PS3 still outsold the 360. But this is just in order of console sales, so...
Right.
I'm going to say PlayStation 1 at the top, and then 360, and then the N64.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, cool.
So the PlayStation 1 was 102 million units, which is one of the best-selling consoles ever.
Yeah.
360 was 84 million units, which is still pretty good.
Still really good, yeah.
Yeah, especially considering, it was popular in America, but not necessarily in the rest of the world, like you said. Mm-hmm. And then the N64 was only 33 million.
Mm-hmm. It's weird because the N64 and GameCube, while both being like very fondly remembered, did not sell very well.
Yeah, I think it's people really have good memories, enjoyed them, who did play them, but then you realize it's not that many people.
Yeah, it's weird. The Wii and DS, the switch from like the number of sales they were getting from like the Game Boy Advance, GameCube era, and then like 2 years later with the Wii and the DS is like unimaginable. Like it is several magnitudes greater what they were doing after that.
Yeah, the Wii and the Switch both are just...
People discount the DS too, but the DS sold like over 100 million units too.
Yeah, and when I was looking at the chart, the DS was super high up, and it actually was separate from the 3DS, so that's just the DS and the DS Lite that are being added up. Mm-hmm. So, okay, cool. So number 4, this will be going over to Odd One Out, so I'll be giving you 3 games. You'll have to tell me which one did not win Game of the Year. Okay, and this is from the Game Awards? Yeah, from the Game Awards, and this will be in the last couple of years. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the 3 games are The Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, and It Takes Two. Death Stranding did not win, but it did win Best Director and Best Score. Yep, that's correct. It lost to Sekiro in 2019. Yep. Nice, and then for number 5, we've got another Odd One Out, but this one will be which one did not win the Game Awards for Best Score and Music. Oh, okay. Let's see. So we've got Nier Replicant, Elden Ring, and Disco Elysium. I think Disco Elysium didn't win for soundtrack. It won 4 other awards, though. So Disco Elysium actually did win for Best Score in Music, but it was Elden Ring that lost to God of War. Oh, interesting. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I completely forgot that. I figured Elden Ring could have won that, but... Yeah, it was nominated. Elden Ring and God of War were both nominated in every category that I was looking through. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was kind of just a 2-man battle last year for most of those categories. It was like... I think God of War won a few awards, though, so even though it didn't win the Game of the Year, like, it got a good few respectable ones. Like, it won narrative, too. Yeah, it looks like that and Elden Ring were just trading off the categories. Yeah, I mean, that happens a lot of the time. I actually kind of liked the award distribution in, like, 2021 because there weren't any clear winners and, like, literally, like, nobody had any idea what was going to win any of the awards. It Takes Two winning was, like, a gigantic surprise. Like, nobody was expecting that. Yeah, that was a smaller studio, right? Yeah, it's an indie studio. If you watch the video of the award... the director, Joseph Ferris, he was there. He was just wearing like a plain white t-shirt and jeans, and he was like, what? Like, he's like had to be like dragged on screen. Like, he was absolutely not expecting to have to get up on stage. He was not expecting to win. Okay, cool. Well, that wasn't awful. I gotta do better. No, yeah, that was good overall. Yeah, so for round 3, we'll be focusing on TV pairs. So for listeners, this is similar to the movie pairs category we had in the past. So there's 6 questions, and each one, the answer will be a TV show. But questions 1 and 2 are paired up by having the same creator. Then questions 3 and 4 have a common actor or actress. And questions 5 and 6 have a common year of debut. Question 1. So again, I'll be giving you 2 hints here that are for the same TV show. First hint, this workplace comedy premiered in 2020 and featured an ensemble cast of actors from successful shows, including Friends and The Office. And this show received mixed reviews and was ultimately canceled after 2 seasons.
Okay. It's a sitcom that premiered in 2020, you said?
Yeah, workplace comedy.
Workplace comedy. Space Force.
Yep, that's correct. So if you do know the creator of that show, that'll help with number 2, because that Space Force and the answer to number 2 share the same creator.
Okay.
So the hints for number 2. This mockumentary-style show premiered in 2009 to mixed reviews, but after a change to its tone in subsequent seasons, would go on to become widely acclaimed. And this show received 14 Primetime Emmy nominations throughout its run, and was named the #1 television show of 2012 by Time magazine.
Okay, I think Greg Daniels is the creator of both of these shows, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, and I mean, is the other one The Office? Oh, no, it's not. It's Parks and Rec, right? Actually,
yep,
2009.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
So the number 1 and 2 were paired like that by sharing a common creator. Does that make sense?
Yep, that makes sense.
Cool. So for number 3 and 4, these will be paired with a common actor or actress. So show number 3. Separate seasons of the show currently hold both the number 2 and number 9 spots on the rankings for most viewed Netflix shows of all time in their first 28 days. And Netflix has created pop-ups for the show in several cities, offering an immersive experience where attendees can partake in an exclusive story based on the show.
I mean, that sounds like it would be Stranger Things, just based on them.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah, so it was season 4 as the number 2 spot and season 3 as the number 9 spot.
Okay.
And Squid Game is the only thing beating season 4.
But yeah, that's what I would have guessed that, yeah.
And then, so number 4 will share a common actor or actress with Stranger Things.
Okay.
So the hints for number 4. This American TV show was created by a former Gravity Falls writer and billed as the first adult animated series produced in-house by Netflix Animation. And the show was initially renewed for a second season, but 7 months later Netflix canceled both the second season as well as the series.
Well, actually, hold on. I was gonna say Inside Job, but I think that got a second season. That's not it, is it?
Yeah, that's actually the correct answer. It was canceled a few weeks ago. Yeah, it said season 1 was released in 2 batches, so I think it was technically the same season. But yeah, so then whatever the next portion of it was canceled.
I see. Yeah, Netflix labeled it as season 1 and 2 on the thing, even if it wasn't. Okay.
So there's one common actor connected to them, if you want to guess for it. Otherwise, I can.
Okay, let me see. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of the people who are in that, because I know it's not. I know John DiMaggio is in that. He's not in Stranger Things though. Maybe somebody who plays. It's probably not one of the kids. Is it the dad? I actually don't think I should be able to figure this out.
I guess as a hint, the on Stranger Things they were recurring in seasons 2 and 3, and then became a main cast in season 4.
Okay. It's this is kind of a leap. Is it the girl who plays Erica?
It is not.
No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I may not be able to get it. Who is it?
So it was Brett Gelman.
Okay. Who does he play?
He plays Murray Bauman in Stranger Things and Magic Mike in Inside Job.
Oh, that is the same guy. Okay. I would not have reached that on my own, so that's good.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things where like you have to think about it and you're like, oh, it's the same voice.
Yeah, it's like literally the same voice he's doing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's like my favorite character on that show though. Mike. Have you seen that show?
No, I haven't, but I think I'm gonna watch it at some point.
It's super good. It is really funny. I'm mad that they canceled it.
All right, so then shows 5 and 6 debuted in the same year.
Okay.
So that's the thing that they have in common. So for number 5, the manga for this show was featured in Shonen Jump, despite not fitting into the magazine's typical action-adventure genre.
Okay.
And both seasons of the show were animated by the studio Cloverworks, known for animating Spy X Family and Persona 5 the animation.
Okay. So something that didn't fit into Shonen Jump, because Shonen Jump typically only does the shonen, like the name suggests.
Yeah. So this one was kind of known for not fitting in. But if you want, I can give you number 6, because if you can figure that one out, that'll give you the year.
Yeah, sure. I can do that. Let's see.
All right, so the hint for number 6. A movie was released as a direct sequel to season 1 of the show. The movie would go on to become the highest grossing anime film of all time worldwide. And this show uses a unique animation style, reportedly costing $80,000 per episode.
Okay, as far as the highest grossing movie, that has to be Demon Slayer, right?
That's correct, yeah. So season 1 of Demon Slayer and of the other show debuted in the same year.
Yes. Okay, so the other show, I'm trying to think about Demon Slayer now. I want to say that was 2020 that premiered, or 2021. Okay, so
I can give you the hints again for number 5.
Sure, yeah.
So the manga for the show was featured in Shonen Jump, despite not fitting into the magazine's typical action-adventure genre. And both seasons of the show were animated by Studio Cloverworks, known for animating Spy X Family and Persona 5 the animation.
Okay. I don't think they had manga. I was gonna say maybe it was the Danganronpa anime, but I don't think they made manga for that, for Shonen Jump. I've heard this name Studio Cloverworks before. I don't know in what capacity. I'm trying to think of other animes that were big that were not fitting into the shonen genre.
Yeah, so this is a bigger one that you would have heard of.
Yeah, it's not part of the shonen genre really. I'm trying to think. They did Fruits Basket. It's probably not that.
No, I think that was older a little bit.
They did a remake of Fruits Basket in 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking of. I'm trying to think about the Persona 5 the animation, if I know what else they did, because I think they were they were known for having done something pretty popular already when they announced that this studio was doing Persona 5, and then that I may not be able to get this. I don't even know if I can pin down what year Demon Slayer was anyway.
Okay, yeah, so the number 5 was The Promised Neverland.
Oh, yeah, I have heard of that.
Yeah, both shows came out in 2019.
2019, wow.
Yeah,
that was a long
but the Demon
time
Slayer
ago.
movie was 2020, I believe, which is when that sequel movie came out, yeah.
Jeez, I cannot believe that. That's crazy. But yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, so Promised Neverland is more of a mystery show for anyone who isn't familiar. More of a thriller mystery. It didn't really fit in Shonen Jump.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, though. Yeah, most successful anime, or rather most successful manga, usually end up premiering a chapter at least in Shonen Jump somewhere. It's interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's going to conclude round 3 and all our trivia rounds for the episode. But yeah, good job overall. I think you got a majority of those right over the 3 categories.
Okay, yeah, I was not prepared for some of those. I need to go back and study the old ways.
Yeah.
That's good. I did learn something today, though.
Nice. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. All right, nice. Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. That was our first attempt having a guest and kind of catering the categories, so that was a fun experience for me too.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks again for coming on. Do you have any shout-outs for GameLuster or anything else that you're working on?
Yeah, so my night, I guess my moonlight job or whatever that I also do is that I'm the editor for our videos and stuff like that for our site GameLuster.com. We're a game journal like all the other ones. I know there's a million of them out there, but yeah, we do features, reviews. We have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/GameLuster. We do news and everything too. So yeah, find us on all the social medias. We're on all of them. You can't miss us. I also have a little companion podcast for HBO's The Last of Us that we're doing while the show is running. So you can check that out in your podcatcher, whatever you prefer using. If you go to the Game Busters podcast, we got that every week. Me and my friends Felicia and Jess kind of do a little discussion and breakdown of each episode, talk about it related to the game, etc. And then really most of it has been learning new animal facts. I think it might just end up turning into an animal fact podcast, but yeah, just jump in there. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, so check those out. And I think that's it.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, and as always, you can find us at anchor.fm/triviacast or reach out at triviacastpod@gmail.com with any questions or feedback. But that's going to conclude this week's episode. So thanks again to Nirav for coming on, and we will see all of you next week.